the ARK 750 Jockey here, and I wasn't happy about it. I had some issues with it, and the issues was how far it is away from the center of gravity. My camper trailer is so today we're going to rectify this. I hope it will rectify it. If it doesn't, it's going to minimize the effect of going off-sided quite a fair bit. And you might be wondering, what am I going to use? How am I going to rectify this? The piece, the resistance. Looks pretty easy. I haven't read the manual yet. But the beauty now, when I'm traveling on the road, this will sit in the car. When I'm at camp, all I do is grab that, grab me drill, put the drill in, and wind her up, and wind it down. Man, that is so much easier. Hi, I'm Phil from Phil's Camping Reviews. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This week's video, it's on my camper trailer. It's 2018 Modcon Quattro. Well, there was a couple of things that I didn't like on it. I've done some upgrades on this, such as the hot water system, the battery, the electrics, replaced all the wiring throughout, replaced the plumbing, etc. But I also did a video on the ARK 750 Jockey here, and I wasn't happy about it. I had some issues with it, and the issues was how far it is away from the center of gravity. Here, let me show you. Now here's a perfect example. Have a look. Center line of gravity is way over here. The pivoting point, the middle of this jockey wheel, it's right over here. That's over a foot away. And what's been happening is when I'm set up on flat ground, my camper trailer is, because it's got a fairly good independent suspension in it, it's got coil springs, twin shockeys on each side. But what is happening, because this is not centered here, because this side's lower, this side's higher, because this is the side where the jockey sits, then I have to kind of try to rely on the ARK stabilizers, which are not designed for that. But luckily in my case, because the suspension's not rock solid hard, I can use that to some extent, but that's not an ideal solution. My ARK 750 jockey wheel was very loose. Luckily I purchased this, a guy only just recently purchased this ARK 750, and he left the docket in all the books that came with it. It was purchased at Anaconda, so I took it to Anaconda, I showed them, they said, yeah, there's a fault with that, it's too loose. So they gave me another one. And it's been a lot better, but it's still got that same problem, guys, because it's so far. So, today, we're going to rectify this. If it doesn't, it's going to minimize the effect of going off-sided quite a fair bit. And you might be wondering, what am I going to use? How am I going to rectify this? I am going to rectify this issue with what's inside here. Check this out. I've always wanted to get one of these. I can use the drill to wind this up and down to make it a lot easier. Now, this is also going to rectify another issue. I am going to get this professionally weighed within the next week and few days. So give me about 2 weeks. I'll have a video on going through all the weights on this one here. So I'm looking forward to that. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing, because I want everything legal here. It's going to save me a lot of weight, because these ARK 750s are approximately 18 or so kilograms, and that's always on that drawbar. Frankly guys, I'm not happy with the ARK 750. I don't think all that much of it. I think if you've got a humongous big caravan that's like 3 ton and it's got a ridiculous amount of ball weight on the front, approaching up to 750 kilos, yes, you go for one of these. But honestly, fitting one of these ARK 750s on a camper trailer that's less than 2 ton, I don't know. Even a caravan that's less than 2.5, 3 ton. I don't see any point in doing that. I really don't. I mean, these, mind you, sometimes you get these on sale for $350, $400. Most of the time, what, they're around about the $500. Guys, I picked this up, that BOS there, for about $450. And you should see all the stuff it comes with. So we're going to mount this on here right now. I went and bought one of these ARK jockey wheel brackets, and I'm going to bolt it on in 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm towing, that BOS, even though as light as it is, something like 4 or 5 kilos if that, that's not going to be on my drawbar. Okay, that's going to be stored somewhere else, probably behind the passenger seat in my car, or most likely probably in one of the cabinets in my camper trailer. So that's going to eliminate a lot of weight off my drawbar. And how much weight? I don't know. We will get a bit of an idea once I get the scales out. Well, I know for a fact we are saving probably around about 15 kilos, thereabouts, maybe 16 kilos. You may think that's not a lot, but when you're talking in ball weight terms, it's quite a fair bit, because it also takes a fair bit of strain off the rear diff on your vehicle. Because let's say, for example, you've got 10 kilos, every say 10 kilos on your drawbar, it's going to equate to 15 kilos on your rear axle on your 4 drive. That's just the way this maths works. Now we'll find out more about that and exactly why it works that way when I get it professionally weighed. So example, 100 kilos, you got 150 kilos on your extra weight on your rear diff. 200 kilos, you got 300 kilos. Within reason, I want to try to eliminate as much weight off here, but we can't remove too much weight. We still need to have some weight. Ideally, you want the magic number, ideally, is 10% of the weight, total weight of your caravan or camper trailer you want on your ball bar. So in my case, say maximum load I can go up to on this is 2 ton. So that's 200 kilos on there. So you want around about 200 kilos. If it's 1.8, you want about 180 kilos weight on the ball bar. So that's the ideal figure, but we'll find out more about that when I get this professionally weighed. For now, we're going to remove this. So I've got my camper trailer on a chassis stands. At least I'll get this off, and then we'll talk about where we're going to mount the BOS system. So those 4 holes are drilled now. I'm going to spray a little bit of this fish oil inside here now. Okay, doesn't hurt to have a bit of a rust preventative measures. So this is an ARK. This one cost me, the bracket cost me about $45. Now BOS do make probably one, it's probably a lot better than this, and you don't have to drill a hole through it, so it's a clamp-on bracket. But in saying that, it's probably a lot heavier, and not only that, it's a lot more expensive. I believe all up, including the bracket, you're looking at $275 thereabouts. So this one for $45 plus about $2 per bolt, what are we looking at? $53, and I've got a fairly sturdy bracket, I reckon. I think it's all I need. And this is the piece, the resistance. This is it, guys. Now, I've never used these before, so I don't know how you're supposed to set them up. Looks pretty easy. I haven't read the manual yet, so I will read the manual. But the beauty now, when I'm traveling on the road, this will sit in the car. When I'm at camp, all I do is grab that, grab me drill, put the drill in, and wind her up, and wind her down. Man, that is so much easier. Now it does come with an extension. In hindsight, probably what I'll end up doing is moving this down to that one and probably add the extension so that all the weight's not sitting on the top. But I don't know if I need to do that. Let's be honest, I only need to do that if I'm on very unlevel ground and I need to get this up higher. Because let's be honest, this here could support 1.8 ton. The bracket won't, but this will. Another task completed. That was a lot easier. That's probably one of the easiest tasks I've ever done. And it's going to make a big difference. I know that's going to take a lot of weight off the ball bar, Not that that's been an issue. I've got no problems with that. But in saying that, I'd still like to go as light as possible on the back. So I just think it's going to be a lot safer. So guys, I'm going to hook this up now. Back her in the garage before she starts raining. And I'll tell you what, the cool weather is starting to come back, guys. The cool weather is starting to come back. Yep, cool weather is back. So, oh, wonderful. Beautiful. That breeze is just absolutely, oh, finally, guys. Finally. Jeez, it's been a long hot summer. You got no idea how hot it's been up here where I've been living this summer. It's been torture. But this is all ready to go camping now. So I'm going to hook this up, back her in the garage and call it that. So I'm going to have more videos obviously on this and show you the difference that it's made to the vehicle, to the camper. But in particular, I want to see if it's rectified that issue of the trailer on an angle like that, because now the center of gravity is a lot closer. I would have loved to have had it on the inside, but there's just not enough room, guys. There's just not enough room for me to put that on the inside. So yeah, I just didn't want to make it too difficult for me. I just wanted it easy for me to put that on and take that off. So, and I think that's a hit. So a lot better than that ARK 750. But I mean, you know, in the right situation, the ARK 750s are fine, are perfect. They're a great unit, but you don't need them in something that weighs less than 2 ton. You just don't. It's an overkill. It's an overkill. So, any questions, ask down below. Anything else you want to know about what you've seen here today, ask below and I could do a video on it. So, till next time, cheers. Bye.